Hello there, dear friends. Welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. In this video, we are going to discuss about Krasnodar game at the bridge next week. I'm doing it a little earlier because many people already switched to that game. They are talking about Chelsea need to rotate the entire team because we are leading the group. We are on top of the group, 13 points. We are guaranteed to finish first in our group because of our goal difference. Sevilla got 10 points. They can still reach the same amount of points with Chelsea Football Club, but if they want to be number one in our group, they need to score maybe more than 12 goals. We have a ridiculous goal difference of plus 12 and Sevilla got maybe plus 2 or something like that. So they need to score more than 10 goals or we need to lose by more than 12 goals. It's not going to happen. This is real football and we are going to qualify first in our group regardless of the result against Krasnodar. We lose, we are top. We win, we are top. We draw, we are top. What a great position to be in. And people have been suggesting that we need to use our, kid from the academy, even 10 years old and all that. I know it's a joke, right? But for me, I see things differently. We need to take that game seriously. We need to finish in style. We need to respect the competition. We need to put our strong team. Well, I'm not saying our starting 11 or whatever, but hey, even our bench is a strong team. So I don't even know what team are we calling strong team. You know what I mean? It's confusing because sometimes the so-called B team at Chelsea Football Club perform better than the A team. Last season with Frank Lampard, he showed us the same thing. When Billy Gilmore came on, Ross Barkley came on, and our so-called A team were struggling with injuries and suspension, we saw that our B team performed better. We beat Liverpool with Van Dijk, Salah, and everybody on it. We beat Ancelotti, Everton. We beat so many big teams with our B team. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say here is we need now to rotate and give more playing time to our so-called B teams. We can't just go and take a bunch of kids from the academy and get smashed at the bridge. Fans are going to be back in the stadium and you have to respect our fans. Fans want to see our new players and all that. So few kids from the academy is good. Lewis Bate, is one of them that I always push, and maybe few others. Why not? And in the goal, this is where everybody is going to hate me. I will continue using Edouard Mendy in goal for extra security because the team is going to be weaker than our first 11. But if Peter Cech was on the list of the Champions League, I was going to play him. Unfortunately, Peter Cech is not part of the Champions League. He is part of the Premier League emergency list. And I'm not happy about it because guess what? Edouard Mendy is going to African Cup of Nations in January. If they don't report that competition, and then we're gonna lose Edouard Mendy and probably Hakim Ziyech for more than 7 games. That is a lot if you ask me, because that could take you out of all competitions. It could take you out of the FA Cup, out of the Premier League, and I don't even know when the next stage of the Champions League is going to start. So this is something that we have to consider. because I don't want to see Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal anymore. With all due respect, I've already said everything I wanted to say about that brother. I just don't want to see him at Chelsea Football Club for his own good, and I don't want to suffer with heart attack anymore when Kepa is in goal. You know, so I don't care, man. This time, give Willy Caballero the last option, really. Willy or Ziga from the academy. Give them a chance instead of Kepa Arrizabalaga. And let Kepa Arrizabalaga go on loan in January, because he's going to suffer on the bench. You can't compete with the tank. How Kepa Arrizabalaga can compete with Edouard Mendy? It's not gonna happen. You can't compete with somebody like that, you know. So Kepa need to go somewhere else where he can have playing time and probably get a chance to go to Euros with Spain. If he stays at Chelsea because of the ridiculous amount of money he's getting, and then his career is going to die, you know. So Kepa, if you listen to me, if you watch this video for your own good, do whatever it takes. Take a pay cut or something, or the club is going to pay half of your wages for you to go somewhere and enjoy your football. It hurt me really to see Kepa on the bench sometimes. I want to see him play, but just not at Chelsea Football Club. I know Marina is trying to protect the investment on Kepa Arrizabalaga, and she might ask Frank Lampard to play Kepa Arrizabalaga just to make people believe that somehow Kepa still the man, so we can get some money on him. But let's face it, man, I don't see any team with their right mind paying even 1 million for Kepa Arrizabalaga. Let's face it, man, there are so many goalkeepers in the second division, in the championship, in League 1, League 2, who are 10 times better than Kepa Arrizabalaga. So I don't know who is going to take that risk and pay even 1 million transfer fee for Kepa Arrizabalaga. It's time for us to take the L, accept our stupidity, and learn from it. Let Kepa go for free and let's move on. So guys, let me know, what do you think about the situation? Do you think that Chelsea can cope without Edouard Mendy in January? Or do you think we should go for another goalkeeper in January? Because I'm telling you, I am really afraid. Okay, I have flashback every time I think about the idea of Kepa Arrizabalaga in the back line. My goodness, I feel like throwing up. And I am from my home here. Can you imagine what other players are feeling, knowing that Kepa Arrizabalaga is going to be our goalkeeper of the day? My goodness. And people are going to say, okay, Thiago Silva is a good defender, Kurt Zouma, Ben Chilwell, and Reece James, they are going to protect him and all that. But let me remind you that few games this season we had those elite defenders in front of Kepa, but we managed to concede 3 goals, and we didn't even win any game when Kepa Arrizabalaga was there with the same elite defenders. And every time Edouard Mendy is in goal with the so-called average defenders like Tony Rudiger, Andreas Christensen, and even Emerson of all people, and Cesar Azpilicueta, we managed to keep a clean sheet. That tells you exactly what you want to know. Nobody trusts Kepa Arrizabalaga. He's the worst and the most expensive goalkeeper in the history of the Premier League, in the history of Chelsea Football Club, and in the history of the whole world. That's how bad this brother is. So In conclusion, guys, I would say let's take that game seriously. On paper, we have nothing to play for, but in reality, we have a lot to play for. We can still beat the record. We can score more goals. Why not Olivier Giroud score another hat-trick? Or Timo Werner to score a lot of goals in the last game. You know what I mean? So we still have a lot to play for. Let's go for it and let's not take that game for granted.
Flying high in the sky, we keep the blue flag flying high. It's time for bridge to Germany, we keep the blue flag flying high. Flying high in the sky, we keep the blue flag flying high. It's time for bridge to Germany, we keep the blue flag flying high.